The Gloob-Tv studio audience erupted with laughter and excitement at the thought of humans discovering they had an intergalactic fan base. Just then, Physics the Fearless sent in another report from above Earth. Physics here. I just picked up some incredible data. Early exit polls suggest a surprising amount of support for both candidates in swing states. This is going to be the closest election humans have seen in years. Zorbax's eyes widened. A close election. Oh, this is too thrilling. How will they decide if it's almost a tie? Mizzle nodded knowingly. In that case, they wait for every vote to be counted, even if it takes days, and the suspense builds across the entire country. Some humans can't sleep, they're too anxious to know the result. Imagine the suspense. Floob burst out laughing. This election is better than any cosmic game show. The suspense, the arguing, the promises. No wonder Earthlings get so excited. Zorbax turned to the camera with a grin. And that's exactly why we at Gloob-Tv are committed to bringing you every thrilling update on Earth's 2024 presidential polls. On planet Zobnar, home to the galaxy's top-rated news network, the newsroom of Gloob-Tv was buzzing with excitement. All sorts of aliens were preparing for their most thrilling broadcast yet, Earth's 2024 US presidential polls. The Gloob-Tv team was delighted to cover this strange human event, where Earthlings picked a leader through something called voting. At the center of it all was Zorbax, the insightful Gloob-Tv's top news anchor, a green alien with 3 glowing eyes and a fantastic reputation for explaining the most confusing alien topics. Earth politics would be his biggest challenge yet, but he was ready. Next to him sat Mizzle the Mindful, a blue-skinned alien with 4 arms and a calm voice that soothed viewers across the galaxy. Mizzle had studied Earthlings for years and always had a wise perspective on their odd ways. To Zorbax's right was Floob the Fearless, a tiny yellow alien with wings and a habit of interrupting. Floob was known for his wild predictions and loved anything with drama and suspense. The perfect team was in place, and the show was ready to begin. Zorbax turned to the camera with a big smile. The studio was buzzing with excitement as the intergalactic vote on Gloob-Tv took on a life of its own. Aliens from distant star systems were chiming in with votes and comments, creating a kind of cosmic election fever that had never been seen before. Zorbax, grinning from ear to ear, watched as their viewer numbers continued to climb. Mizzle, now fully caught up in the thrill, turned to Zorbax with an idea. What if we gave out awards for the best human theories we're seeing about their election? Some of these Earthlings have very imaginative ideas. Oh, that's perfect, Floob added, his wings fluttering. We could read them aloud, and even dramatize a few. I've read one where humans believe their elections are secretly influenced by a council of ancient alien wizards. Zorbax chuckled, already envisioning the scene. Let's call it the Earthling Explanations Award. We'll pick the funniest and most outlandish theories, and our audience can vote on the best ones. Plus, maybe we can create avatars for these imaginary alien wizards. Imagine the fan art. Borpik, who was still down in Florida, appeared on the screen again, his antennae positively bouncing. Good evening, Zobnar and beyond. Tonight we have a very special report. We're diving into one of Earth's most mysterious events, the U.S. presidential polls of 2024. It's a race between 2 humans, President Walter Marsden and Senator Amy Greenfield. Let's try to understand how Earthlings choose their leaders and why they make it so complicated. Mizzle nodded thoughtfully. You know, Earthlings have a very interesting system called democracy. It means that all humans over a certain age get to vote and pick their leader. They believe it's the fairest way, but as we'll see, it creates a lot of confusion. Floob buzzed with excitement. Confusion is right, and that's what makes it so fun to watch. He pulled out a small hologram projector, which lit up with a map of the United States. See these areas? They're called states. There are 50 of them, and each one is a tiny battleground. Some states are super loyal to one candidate, but others are called swing states because they could go either way. Earthlings spend millions of what they call dollars trying to win these swing states. Zorbax laughed. We'll stay on this story as it unfolds, with all its twists and turns. And who knows what surprises the humans have in store. The Gloob-Tv team shared a hearty laugh, knowing that the story was far from over. Back on Zobnar and beyond, alien viewers were glued to their screens, ready for the next report from Gloob-Tv, eager to see what those unpredictable humans would do next. The broadcast continued, with Zorbax, Mizzle, Floob, and their field reporters keeping the entire galaxy updated on every twist and turn of the Earth's election. The story was just beginning, and everyone in the galaxy was tuning in to see how it would all unfold. Zorbax glanced at his glowing watch, which was programmed to sync with Earth's time zones. Well, team, we're entering the final hours of voting. Humans call this election night. All over the US, people are anxiously awaiting the results. Some gathered in places called election watch parties. They huddle around screens, eating snacks like popcorn and nachos and reacting to every update. Earthlings love suspense. Floob fluttered his wings with excitement. Zorbax, Mizzle, Floob, you won't believe what I'm hearing. There's a rumor spreading on Earth that aliens are watching the election from their galaxy and taking notes. They're onto us. The studio burst into laughter. Zorbax caught his breath, wiping a tear from his eye. If only they knew. Not only are we watching, but we're practically cheering them on. They're like our favorite reality show. Floob grinned and took a dramatic stance. Earthlings, if you're out there and somehow hearing us, know that the galaxy thinks you're all stars. You have aliens glued to their screens across the cosmos. Then a new comment popped up on their screen from Sherlock's of Planet Jurix 9. Please tell me we'll get to vote on Earth's election next time. I've become a huge Marsden fan. Mizzle burst out laughing, replying to Sherlock's, sorry friend, Earthlings are still running their elections solo. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll see a galaxy-wide campaign. Can you imagine, meanwhile, Floob's monitor lit up with images of Earthlings celebrating and biting their nails as updates from each state came in? Imagine that. So much effort just to win a few places. Why not just count up all the votes and choose the leader with the most? He shook his head in amusement. Mizzle explained, Earthlings are very attached to tradition. They believe their system, called the Electoral College, makes sure that every part of the country has a say, not just the biggest cities. But it does make things a little chaotic. Floob jumped in. Chaotic? I love it. They're doing debates, rallies, speeches, even those campaign ads on TV that are basically mini commercials saying, vote for me, I'm the best. Some humans really believe these ads, while others find them completely ridiculous. It's like a game with no rules. Zorbax raised a tentacle. Let's talk about the two candidates. President Walter Marsden is known for his calm, steady approach. Many humans say he's a safe choice, someone who brings stability. But then we have Senator Amy Greenfield, who is all about energy, excitement, and big ideas. She promises what humans call change. Mizzle nodded. It's my way of shaping the future for my children. Humans really believe they're making a difference. It's inspiring. Back at the studio, Floob was practically vibrating with anticipation. So, who's winning now? Do we have any idea? Zorbax checked the latest update from Physics the Fearless. It looks like it's still neck and neck. Both Marsden and Greenfield are winning in certain states, and the numbers keep shifting by the minute. It's so close that no one can predict what will happen next. Humans call this situation a nail-biter. Mizzle raised an eyebrow. Nail-biter? What a curious term. Do they actually bite their own fingernails when they're anxious? Floob burst out laughing. Apparently some of them do. Earthlings have all sorts of odd habits to manage stress. Some bite nails, others chew gum, some pace around. It's almost like a ritual to help them cope with uncertainty. Zorbax nodded thoughtfully. Maybe it's because, deep down, they know they can't control the outcome. Their votes are cast, and now they just have to wait. The suspense must be intense. Meanwhile, on the big screen, Flarnix the Fieldmaster appeared, his scales flashing a vibrant pink. Humans really don't know how to sit still, do they? Look at them, they're cheering 1 second, groaning the next. Zorbax leaned closer to the camera. It's almost like they're watching a sports match. And in a way it's true. This election is like their ultimate game, full of suspense, close calls, and unexpected plays. You know, if we introduce this concept to Zobnar, we could revolutionize galactic entertainment. Mizzle's eyes twinkled as she replied, what if we tried to mimic an Earth-style election for fun? We could run an experiment, an election for the official ambassador of Gloob-Tv to Earth. The candidates could make speeches, take questions, and even have mini-debates. Our viewers could vote just like the humans do. Floob nearly leaped out of his seat with excitement. Yes, let's do it. We could even include a scandal segment for dramatic effect, like Earth's political news. Imagine the plot twists we could create. The alien viewers loved the idea. Comments streamed in faster than the Gloob-Tv systems could process them. with aliens across the galaxy nominating themselves as candidates for the honorary ambassador role. Yes, it's fascinating. Some humans want things to stay the same, while others want things to be completely different. They call this division partisan politics. Each group believes their candidate is the best, and they argue over it constantly. Zorbax, we have a fascinating development. It looks like some Earthlings are now predicting that a recount may be needed. This happens when the race is so close that every single vote must be checked again. Floob's jaw dropped. They would count all those millions of votes again? Talk about dedication. Mizzle looked impressed. Earthlings believe in being thorough. They'll go to great lengths to ensure the outcome is fair, even if it takes extra time. The alien viewers from around the galaxy flooded the Gloob-Tv feed with comments. Yawner from Planet Drift, they're recounting millions of votes by hand. That's the real commitment. Lask from Moondrax, I can't imagine anything being that close. Imagine how tense their entire planet must be right now. Blizzak from Asteroid Q9, why not just flip a coin? Seems faster. Zorbax chuckled at the comments. Our viewers have some interesting ideas, don't they? But on Earth, every vote is precious. The humans won't stop until every single one is counted and recounted. If necessary, just then, Physics the Fearless's voice crackled in. Gloob-Tv's screens lit up with campaign promises. Vortex from the Andromi cluster, I will bring Earth snacks like nachos to the galaxy. Thrink from Star System X7, I pledge to introduce Earth's dance moves across all planets. Vote for the alien boogie ambassador. Gralnar from Sector Bizon, with my vast experience, I promise to learn Earth's languages and maybe teach them to our planets. They sound so funny. Zorbax grinned. This is it, team. Our very own intergalactic election, inspired by our Earthling friends. Let the campaigns begin. As the alien candidates began to campaign, they adopted Earth-inspired slogans and even tried to imitate Earth hand gestures. Zorbax turned back to the viewers with a grin. And there you have it, friends. We'll keep following Earth's election, and now we'll have our own. May the best ambassador win, and may the galaxy learn a little more about the art of human democracy. With that, Gloob-Tv officially became the hottest show in the galaxy, broadcasting the results of both Earth's election and their own intergalactic ambassador race. Floob laughed and flapped his wings. Oh, those humans love to argue. They even have these events called debates where the candidates face off and try to convince everyone who's better. It's basically an argument with cameras pointed at them, and millions of humans watch it. Just then, a new message appeared on Zorbax's screen. It was an update from their Earth correspondent, Physics the Fearless, who had been observing the polls from a hidden spaceship just above Earth. Physics says that Senator Greenfield's recent speech about a new future for all Americans has boosted her popularity in the polls. Humans love inspiring words, even if they're not sure what they mean. Floob clapped his hands in excitement. Earthlings love excitement. That's why these elections are so close. Some people love Marsden's calmness, but others are drawn to Greenfield's energy. It's like a giant tug of war, and neither side wants to lose. Zorbax grinned. But why don't Earthlings simply find the smartest or strongest candidate and make them the leader? On Zobnar, our leaders are chosen based on their wisdom or their skills in cosmic navigation. Zorbax, you won't believe this, there's now talk of a runoff election in one of the states. Apparently, if neither candidate wins by a large enough margin, they'll hold another vote just for that state. Can you imagine? Floob's wings flapped with excitement. More voting. Oh, Earthlings must love this election thing if they're willing to do it twice in 1 year. Zorbax looked back at the camera, his tone filled with wonder. It appears that on Earth, democracy truly never stops. They will vote, recount, hold runoffs, and gather in endless debates to decide their leaders. It's as if they live for these moments of unity, tension, and excitement. Mizzle turned to Zorbax, her voice filled with curiosity. Do you think, Zorbax, that we could ever bring this kind of democratic spirit to Zobnar? Would our viewers love the thrill of casting votes, recounts, and watching the results? Zorbax grinned. Perhaps one day. But for now, let's continue to observe and learn. The humans still have so much to teach us, and this election is the perfect example of their passion and persistence. The team at Gloob-Tv continued their broadcast into the night, eager to catch every twist and turn of Earth's unfolding election saga. Aliens from all corners tuned in, not just to watch but to take part, as the story of Earth's election, and now their own, continued to unfold with endless twists, laughter, and cosmic connection. The intergalactic election frenzy grew to astronomical levels as each candidate campaigned with wild promises. As Zorbax and his team continued to report on Earth's election results, the Zobnarian candidates added their own campaign twists. Thrink from Star System X7 was gaining popularity with his promise to teach alien dance classes inspired by Earth's music videos. Thrink's slogan, "Dance like a human, groove like an alien," echoed across screens. Meanwhile, Gralnar from Sector Bizon won over fans by claiming he could master Earth's humor and start a galaxy-wide comedy show featuring Earthling jokes. Finally, election night on Earth reached a critical moment. News broke that one of the candidates, Marsden, had just won a major state, pushing him ahead with only one last state to go. Gloob-Tv's alien audience was on the edge of their seats, completely captivated by the nail-biting conclusion. And out in the galaxy, millions of aliens kept their eyes glued to the screens, learning, laughing, and wondering just what those fascinating humans would do next. Zorbax's team buzzed with renewed energy as the Earth's election night turned into a spectacle of twists. The latest reports revealed new unexpected drama. Some states' results were coming in slower than anticipated due to their complex voting systems. The delays only heightened the suspense across Gloob-Tv's audience, who were now fully engrossed in this Earth event. Zorbax Mizzle interrupted with an excited spark in her eyes. "I just got word from our tech division. They've managed to decode Earth's social media feeds in real time. Apparently, humans are posting their thoughts, predictions, and even wild conspiracy theories at an astonishing rate." Floob's eyes widened. "Ooh, human conspiracy theories. Now that's where the real fun is." He tapped a few buttons, bringing up a massive feed of posts from various human social platforms. Each post was packed with speculation and emotional outbursts, some predicting a shocking twist in the final results, while others insisted the whole election process was part of a secret plan controlled by mysterious organizations. "Why don't Earthlings do that?" Mizzle replied. "Humans believe every person has an equal right to choose. They think that letting everyone vote helps them feel connected to their leader. They call it representation." Floob snickered. "That's so emotional. No wonder they get so fired up over these candidates. It's not just about policies, it's personal." As the broadcast continued, alien viewers from all over the galaxy sent in their own comments. Grak from Planet Blip, "Why not just let both candidates be leaders together? Wouldn't that be easier?" Lornak from Nebula, 5 humans and their need to pick sides. "They could learn a thing or two from us." Yorin from Comet X, "Can we get some of these debates on Zobnar?" "It sounds like hilarious entertainment." Zorbax chuckled as he read the comments aloud. "You know, maybe Earthlings should consider some of these ideas. Perhaps they're missing out on something by keeping things so divided." Suddenly, Physics the Fearless sent another message. "Breaking news," Zorbax exclaimed. "Physics says that the polls in one of the swing states have shifted again. Humans in that state can't seem to make up their minds." Then, in the final moments, Earth's winner was announced. The cheers and sighs from humans echoed across Gloob-Tv's broadcast. Zorbax turned to the camera, his eyes twinkling. "Viewers, we have just witnessed an extraordinary event on Earth, but here's the twist: our own election is ending tonight too." The studio erupted in applause as the galaxy's first ever alien ambassador to Earth was about to be announced. The final vote was counted, and the winner was clear: Thrink. He had won over the hearts of the galaxy with his promise to bridge the planets through Earth-inspired dances. As Thrink took to the stage, he bowed to the roaring applause of viewers from galaxies near and far. With a grin, he announced, "My first mission as your ambassador will be to learn the Macarena and bring it to every star system." Floob clapped excitedly, already dreaming of alien dance-offs happening across the galaxy. "Who knew Earth would bring us this much fun?" Zorbax, with a look of satisfaction, turned back to his team. "From one election night to another, it seems Earth has taught us something priceless." As the Gloob-Tv team laughed at the variety of theories, Zorbax grinned, turning to the camera to address his galactic viewers. "It seems humans have an endless fascination with the unknown. For some, it's not enough just to watch events unfold. They have to search for hidden motives and secrets behind everything." Borpik popped up again on the screen, still stationed outside a polling station in Florida. He reported with visible glee, "Zorbax, you won't believe what I'm hearing. Some Earthlings think that mysterious cosmic forces, get this, like aliens from other planets, might be secretly influencing their election." The entire studio erupted in laughter. Even the normally serious Mizzle cracked a smile. If only they knew. Here we are, simply fascinated by their choices, and they think we're somehow pulling strings behind the scenes. Imagine if we could tell them we're just curious fans, not shadowy influencers. Zorbax shook his head with a chuckle. Indeed, Mizzle. The galaxy is watching, but only as spectators. Earthlings have this incredible way of adding layers of mystery and drama to every situation. One moment they're for Marsden, the next for Greenfield. Mizzle sighed. Ah, the swing states. They're like a dance floor where everyone keeps changing partners. Humans focus so much on winning those areas, but the decision always seems uncertain until the last moment. Floob rubbed his hands with glee. That's what makes it so exciting. It's like they're in a never-ending game of strategy. No one knows who's really winning until the very end. Zorbax leaned in, his voice full of suspense. And that's exactly why we'll be here all night, following every twist and turn of Earth's election. Who will win? Will it be Marsden with his promises of peace and stability, or Greenfield with her dreams of a bold new future? Only time will tell. The Gloob-Tv team laughed, knowing the galactic audience was hooked. They continued analyzing Earth's wild election, comparing it to systems from other planets, and taking hilarious guesses about what humans might do next. The story was just getting started, and no one could predict the outcome. The Gloob-Tv broadcast carried on, with Zorbax, Mizzle, and Floob eager to cover every bizarre twist Earth's election had in store. We may have thought we were studying their democracy, but in the end, Earth's spirit brought us together in a way we never imagined. The final scene showed Zorbax, Mizzle, and Floob waving goodbye as Thrink led an alien dance line across the studio, his wings flashing in rhythm with the beat of Earth music. The viewers cheered, and the broadcast closed with a new sense of unity that stretched from Earth to every corner of the galaxy. And so, Earth's election left an unforgettable mark, forever connecting worlds that, for the first time, shared in the joy of voting, laughter, and a very memorable dance. The galaxy had never felt so close. Just then, a new update appeared on the holographic screen. Physics the Fearless was reporting from orbit, with breaking news about another close vote count in a swing state. Zorbax, this just in. The state of Pennsylvania is too close to call, and humans are in absolute suspense. This state could decide the entire election. From my vantage point, I can see both candidates' supporters gathering for what they call a rally, waiting with bated breath. Floob leaned in, fascinated. They rally together just to wait for numbers. Earthlings seem to really crave this shared experience. Imagine if our species had rallies just to wait for daily nutrient delivery cycles. The galactic viewers watching Gloob-Tv chimed in with comments that appeared on the studio's giant screens. Zentari from System 6, or a rally just for numbers? These humans know how to celebrate every tiny moment. Krustar from the Nebula Narix, when are we going to hold our own election rallies? Let's make this a galactic trend. Blark from Planet Zeal, I'm so invested, I might just adopt Earth's election holidays. Mizzle turned to Zorbax with an inspired expression. Zorbax adjusted his headset, thrilled by the flood of new updates coming in from Earth. All right, everyone, it looks like the election is heating up even more. Reports say humans are lining up at places called polling stations to cast their votes. Imagine that, a long line just to make a choice. No telepathic voting like we have here on Zobnar. Floob giggled. It's almost like they enjoy waiting in line, and these stations are spread across the country, each one packed with people. Earthlings must really take their choices seriously to stand in a line for hours. Mizzle tilted his head thoughtfully. Humans say it's their way to feel connected to the process by physically going somewhere to vote. They believe they're taking part in something bigger than themselves. Quite a poetic people, aren't they? Zorbax chuckled. Poetic or peculiar, it's fascinating. Let's check in with some of our field reporters stationed on Earth. With a flick of his glowing fingers, he activated a holographic feed of Floob, the field master, Gloob-Tv's top Earth correspondent stationed in Washington, D.C., Earth's political hub. Floob, a tall, lanky alien with shimmering scales that changed color with his mood, appeared on the screen. His scales flashed a soft green, a sign of excitement. Zorbax, it's wild down here. There are humans everywhere, chanting and waving signs. They're showing support for their favorite candidate by wearing t-shirts, hats, and even painting their faces with symbols. The enthusiasm is contagious. Floob's eyes sparkled with excitement. Oh, Flarnix, tell us more. Are humans arguing? Are they shouting? You know how much I love the drama. Flarnix nodded. Oh, there's plenty of that. Some humans are discussing their opinions in the streets and things can get intense. Each side believes their candidate will bring the best future for their country. And they argue passionately. But Earthlings have a unique way of expressing themselves. Some debate calmly, but others are shouting so loud I can hear them from my spaceship. Zorbax laughed. So, it's not just the candidates who are passionate, it's everyone. The entire planet is wrapped up in this event. He switched to another holographic feed, this time showing Borpik the Bubbly, who was stationed at a polling station in Florida, a crucial swing state that was known for its unpredictable voting patterns. Perhaps it's time we conduct a small experiment. Let's hold a mini-election here on Zobnar, just for fun, and see if our viewers enjoy the thrill. Zorbax chuckled, thrilled by the idea. An excellent thought, Mizzle. Let's poll our audience on something fun like who their favorite Gloob-Tv anchor is or what color they think suits our studio the best. Floob clapped his hands, barely containing his excitement. Oh yes, let the games begin. We'll put up the results in real time and let viewers from every corner of the galaxy cast their votes. The announcement sent waves of excitement through Gloob-Tv's audience. Aliens from across the galaxy eagerly tuned in, casting their votes on topics both serious and silly, marveling at the newfound thrill of participation. Zorbax and the team watched in amazement as their audience numbers soared, with even the most distant planets of Zobnar's galaxy joining the voting frenzy. And as they continued to watch Earth's election unfold, the Gloob-Tv team realized something extraordinary. Through their fascination with Earth, they had stumbled upon something that united their own galaxy. Borpik was a small, round, orange alien with tentacles like wiggly spaghetti. He floated in mid-air, giving the viewers a glimpse of the line of humans stretching down the block behind him. Look at this, everyone. Humans are patiently standing in line, chatting, drinking coffee, and some are even reading books while they wait. Earthlings have a unique patience for such things. Mizzle squinted at the screen. Borpik, are you telling me they're just waiting? They could be doing so many other things, yet they choose to stand in line. How do they even handle the boredom? Borpik chuckled. Oh, humans have found ways to pass the time. They talk to each other about everything from what they had for breakfast to the future of their country. Some have even brought along small snacks to eat while they wait. They seem to find joy in these small rituals. For Earthlings, this voting process feels like an adventure. Floob shook his head, laughing. An adventure. Imagine if we waited like that on Zobnar. It'd be chaos. We'd have aliens bouncing around, juggling plasma balls, maybe even challenging each other to dance-offs just to pass the time. Zorbax grinned. Well, let's not forget that Earthlings are committed to their choices. They believe in making their voices heard, even if it takes a little patience. He turned to Mizzle, who had been reviewing the candidates' latest campaign strategies. Tell us, Mizzle. What new promises are the candidates making now that we're down to the final hours? Zorbax asked. Mizzle scanned his notes. It seems both candidates have released last-minute speeches, hoping to sway any undecided voters. President Marsden is promising stability and progress, while Senator Greenfield has declared, "It's time for a fresh start." Humans seem to be split right down the middle, some craving the comfort of the familiar, others eager for a complete change. Floob leaned in, eyes twinkling. It's so dramatic. It's almost like watching a galactic movie unfold. Do you think humans realize how much we're all invested in this? Borpik chimed in from his field station. Oh, I think they'd be surprised to know the whole galaxy is watching. Imagine if they knew that beings on planet Zobnar, Nebula Prime, and even the moons of Crystalia were glued to their screens.